Good morning, Simon.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, all.
Good morning.
We'll just wait for a minute or two and then start. Okay, let's get started. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 11th June OPI TSC call. Antitrust policy is in place, so request all members to adhere to these policies. We do not have a thing. Yeah, just quick announcements. OCP Global Summit CFP is closing on 15th of June. So request members consider submitting to this. And the white paper review, the due date is also 15th of June. So if you haven't, so kindly share your updates. Okay. Okay, so do we have anything for this blueprints? So we'll be, I'm just waiting for both Fusion Layer and Vertec IT to get back. And Sere is also in the call. Hey, hi, Sere, do you have any update? Will Intel be okay to lead? And if they have any
Yeah,
specific
I'm still working with the IPsec expert. We've been out last week, and this week
Okay,
also we've been bombarded with high priority. So
no
I'm
problem.
probably next week I'm on vacation. No, actually, I'll probably can join, but won't have any update either because yeah, I'm mostly on vacation and I'm in late in Thursday evening. So
Okay,
hopefully next week after next week I have something. We'll chat more with the expert. Yeah.
got it. Okay. Uh, Yeah, so this is another topic. First thing I want to, we do not have quorum, so we cannot take up to voting or anything. I can reach out to those who are not in the call. Uh, so we are talking about, we are planning on continuing the previous OPI summit on DPUs and IPUs to have a second OPI summit on DPUs and IPUs, similar to how we did last year. We cannot co-locate with, officially co-locate with OCP. They are very particular and very choosy. Even though we reached out them like 2, 3 months before, we were not selected. They're very picky now. So we will do right opposite, right in front of that venue itself, like how we did last time. But the plan is to do it on the final day of OCP Summit. That's on 15th of October. But the thing is, it will clash with Sonic co-located event. Unfortunately, Sonic is doing both on 15th and 16th. And 12, 13, 14 are quite busy OCP days. So we may not get people joining. So the only option now we have is 15th. Any feedback and comments from the TSC members? Do you think it's we should proceed? We should okay. Anybody who objects to either Sere, Simon, or Paul, Paul, yeah, you have blessed it from the outreach side. But yeah, if you have any
Yes.
feedback or comments on this thing from the
Yeah,
TSC side,
uh, uh, at the time that we thought that we might be able to do it on that second to last or the last day of OCP before the Sonic second day event,
Mhm.
but it looks like Sonic's doing their first part of their session on I think
Yeah,
is the 15th and then the second on the 16th.
correct,
So
correct.
neither of those seem to be workable for us. Neither of those dates seem like they would be a good. I would think many of the folks that might come to our event would be at the Sonic event already. So,
Yeah.
um, and co-locating in the middle of the OCP global event doesn't seem to be like a winning strategy either. Um, is
Uh,
I'm wondering if there's another time that would work or another conference that draws some
oh,
of our people to it
yeah,
around
even
that
we are
time.
open for that. Any suggestions?
So I guess my question is, how much do we think this overlap with Sonic will affect the
Yeah.
attendance? Uh, Perhaps on one hand, and on the other hand, how much is so that would be a negative effect. And on the other hand, how much would does co-locating with OCP positively affect? So if we take Paul's suggestion, we obviously don't get that benefit, right?
So I'm going by the previous year's event, right? Uh, how much that Sonic doing the same time as Sonic? It may not be like there are some people like some people who do were very active in both those things. So we may lose a few people, but the speakers will all be there. But the doing in the last day, like what we did like last time, right? We missed. After the event, after the OCP, doing it after the OCP on 16th. Last time, what we saw was quite a few people had left on the last day itself. A lot of people don't want to stay additional day in San Jose, considering the cost. Um,
Right.
so doing it within this OCP, it will always help because in the final day there will be some OCP crowd itself who might join this event, uh, and there are 35 to 30,000 plus people there, right?
Oh
So
wow.
it should still help, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if my general feeling is being close to OCP is very beneficial, right? Um,
Yeah, very true. No, that's
I
no
guess
doubt.
what I want to say is I think the kind of options you're drawing up is kind of the best option, even though it's not ideal. Um,
True. True. If it's
The
not
only other
ideal,
conference I
but
know that's coming, it's coming to Santa Clara, not but SNEA is another one that draws some folks from our group um, to it. So the storage, the SNEA one, the SNEA Developers Conference, it's in the end of September. Just trying to figure out if they know how many folks are in, how many folks were there last year.
SNEA Developer Conference, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, but the online says they were around 100 to 200 people.
Is that all it was last year? Okay.
Yeah,
And
2025 event.
I thought maybe their main conference would be more than the regional ones, but that's about what we saw at a regional one.
Maybe Gemini is hallucinating, but yeah, we can take maybe 500. But no way.
Yeah,
give
it's
that
not the
OCP.
35. It's not the
That's crazy. Okay. See, as Simon said, we are just choosing the best of the not so ideal options of 15th or 16th. 16th, my experience from our experience from the last time is quite a few people leave after the OCP. And the last day is actually the ideal. I think that's why Sonic guys also are kind of picking up the last day as anything. So assuming that OCP is the best thing to collocate and 15th is the best of the worst options that we have, is it okay to plan, at least to consider 15th for now, at least? And we will talk to this Jill and thing to understand because she is very active in Sonic also. We will see how much of effect we might have, and maybe next week I'll come back with that answer to that question that Simon also asked. What kind of impact we might have if we compete with Sonic?
right.
So Jill will be a better person to answer that. I will reach out to her after this call, and next week I will have a better answer for the TSC.
So is your suggestion then to do it on the 15th, the last
Correct.
day of the OCP conference? Okay.
Correct. 15th first half.
Okay.
And because it's right in front of it, people might can hop in and hop out for certain stocks kind of thing, at least.
Yeah.
Like even for Sonic folks who are doing being there within the venue, they can just come in and come out for certain sessions.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like this can work, especially are you thinking about doing a whole day or half day? Because I'm thinking if it's half day,
Half day.
Yeah, half
then
day
people
like we did
can
last time.
maybe sort of that kind of waits, if they go to the other thing in the afternoon, unless there's this clash with this specific session, right? I know. I feel like the gravity of the OCP outweighs the downsides of these clashes.
Yeah, true. And see, most of the people like we will last time if you see by the time we ended it was almost like 3:30 p.m. because we had a governing board meeting also face to face. The idea is to do the same exercise. We provide lunch and after lunch we use the same venue for the face to face governing board meeting, and people can most of them leave around 4 o'clock on the last day. They would have booked their flights in the evening and they leave around that time.
Right. It sounds good to me.
Anybody, any other points? Okay. So from the TSC side, next week, governing board meeting will provide feedback on the maintainers and reviewers, the blueprint resources, the request made from World Tech. So Ansi, if you can share some of the requests by end of this week, so that I can take it up to the governing board meeting from Fusion Layer side also for the blueprint.
Yeah. Hi. So do you need it by the end of this week or the next?
From the resources side, end of this week. The details you
Okay.
can provide next week. The planning and everything can be next week. Just from the resources side, because the governing board controls the budget, right? Anything
Yeah,
around the
yeah.
resources, I need from inputs from you.
Yeah, sure, sure. Sorry, it has taken some time. Our
Hey, no
CEO
problem.
actually just wanted to have a say in it, so I'm just waiting to get back to hear back from him. But sure, I can figure something out by tomorrow.
Awesome. Okay, so we have Mohammed in the call. Hi, Mohammed. Thanks for joining. So I had given feedback, I mean, context to the TSC members last week. I had mentioned, I repeat, I had reached out to UCSD team, John and Mohammed's team, and told what is that OPI is currently looking for this year and how OPI would be happy to collaborate. Whoever can help us in these things, mainly around the blueprints or the DPU operator enhancement to include other vendors. So these kind of topics that I had shared with John and his team in Mohammed. And Mohammed expressed interest to join I requested him to if he can join the TSC call and propose us something. Hey, this is that we can do. Then TSC can explore the option, and if requires some kind of formal engagement, we'll take it also to the board and get those approvals and take the discussion forward. So Mohammed, so why don't you quickly introduce and see what are the potential areas that we can collaborate?
Of course. So, hi everyone. Just to introduce myself a little bit. My name is Mohammed Sada. I work at the San Diego Supercomputer Center at UC San Diego.
Perfect.
And we're an HPC center basically for academia. We work on one main project called the National Research Platform, which is attempting to stand itself up as an academic cloud, both nationally and internationally, with a Kubernetes bring your own resource model. So any academic institute in the United States, they can just, and even internationally, they can just plug in their hardware as long as it's on a no firewall MTU 9000 network and the 10 gig connection at least. We can just plug it into the cluster and then user compute jobs can land on it. And the PI for this project with NSF is our director. His name is Frank Berthwein. He's deeply connected with multiple vendors as well. So he sort of offered to sort of engage in that discussion as well in terms of getting vendors engaged. Since we run everything in Kubernetes and we don't have any uniformity in hardware, that causes a lot of room to be adventurous for us. And that's why we're interested in writing, for example, our own operators for different purposes. And an idea like a vendor agnostic DPU operator sounds appealing. The only constraint here for us is actually having the hardware and having any sort of vendor locked APIs for things like the AMD Pensandos, for example. But having those two things, design and basically implementation of a DPU operator in Kubernetes and OpenShift shouldn't be an issue. It's basically just a matter of what the design is, because the operator basically will be a wrapper of whatever communication with the DPU/IPU is. So the API, SSH, whatever it is, just abstracting it all behind CRD definitions for Kubernetes. And that's pretty much it. I just want to see everybody's thoughts and what the process is. My understanding is that there are some vendors who are, let me say, reluctant to join or participate. Not sure what the plan is, but if there is an operator and a certain vendor is locked out of it, it might make it an easy case if it's up and running and then it's pitched to them.
Yeah, so welcome. Thank you. So I can maybe give a little bit update on where we are with the operator or an operator. We have a DPU operator now upstream in OPI. I'm from Red Hat, and it was developed by Red Hat. So full disclosure there. It was originally developed for OpenShift, but it should work generally with Kubernetes. So far as vendor support, it currently supports the Marvell devices, the Intel Mount Evans-based devices, and also a separate product from Intel. I know it as Phantom Lake, but it has other names too. So far as supporting other vendors is concerned, we're very much open to that. To be honest, the stumbling block there is that we need, in practice, some support from the vendors to make it happen. These are complex devices, and inevitably problems are reached. If you can, or anyone can get it working and wants to submit support for DPU, I think this will be very well received. I hope that kind of sets the picture a little bit.
And in terms of access to hardware, that's my only, like, that's the main concern.
Okay, the OPI has a lab, and which is available to members, and this has a range of GPU hardware. I don't have the full list on top of my head, but it's at least the devices I specifically mentioned just before, and also some NVIDIA devices are in there too.
Do you know if there's any Bluefield 3s?
Yes, there are some. There's a Bluefield 3 in the lab available to be used. So there's a Bluefield 3, an Intel NetSec Phantom Lake device, Marvell device, an Intel Mount Evans based device, E2100, and those are the 4 that I know of right now. But they're in those different hosts.
Yeah, Pensando,
And I think
NVIDIA,
Pensando.
Marvel.
Yeah, I think there might even be a Bluefield 2 in the lab somewhere.
Bluefield 2 and Bluefield 3, both we have.
Yeah. So that's and then there's one that's not represented on this picture. It's in DPU host 9. And it is the that one is where the NetSec Intel NetSec Phantom Lake based DPU is located.
All right, that all is perfect. I'm assuming it's bare metal SSH, then whoever's experimenting sets up Kubernetes.
Yeah, SSH, put whatever operating system on that you want on the cards, or on the hosts are set up, I think, at this point with a in most cases Ubuntu, and just you can SSH 2 of them. Each card should have, if it's capable, BMC access as well as SSH access to it. It just depends on, how far along in the setup process it is. Some of them we've been playing with, zero touch provisioning to get them to a place where they actually have an SSH address you can SSH to. Some of them are, it just depends on which state they're in right now, but they can all be used. If there's a project someone wants to use, we can get them access to the lab, and they can undertake those experiments.
All right, that all sounds perfect.
Yeah.
So I think we have, like, from my side, we have all the information we need on sort of, we have like a technical picture of what a DP would look like. It's just sorting out all the logistics.
Mm-hmm.
So I think should do we need to arrange some kind of membership here?
Correct. So I have written typed down here. So Mohammed, what we need is from UCS to trigger the associate membership. It's no cost kind of a thing. You just have to go ahead and join as an associate member. Okay. So if you go ahead and click here in the join, there is an option for you to join become a member as an associate member.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
All right.
So once you become an associate member, it makes us it makes everything easy to provide you the access to the lab and everything.
All right. That sounds
There is no
perfect.
cost involved, by the way. Yeah.
That sounds perfect. I'll make sure to coordinate with Frank. He's our director, and join and sync up with everybody. And I'm assuming so. Should I start joining these calls to sync up,
Yes, I think so.
or am I
Yes,
in the
please.
wrong meeting? I don't want
No,
to
no,
start
this is
barging
No,
on
no, no.
internal business.
No, you're in the you can definitely join this call. Not an issue.
Mhm.
Oh, that sounds perfect. All right, so I think I have the next steps ready. I deeply apologize that I can't stay for the entire length of the call because I have a conflict, but I just want to hop on and sort of sync up on the details.
Oh, thanks, Mohammed. Good meeting you.
Appreciate it.
Good meeting all of you too. Thank you very much for having me.
Perfect. All right.
All right, I'll see everybody.
Bye.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Sorry to bother you, Simon. I know last time
Yeah,
also.
I got this one.
Yeah.
I did get feedback from Hide earlier today.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately, it wasn't entirely positive. I guess I could summarize it is that now is not the right time to move forwards on this.
Okay. This consider in future. Okay.
But he did give me some other new bit more positive. Let me just check the detail for you. So, as we know, he's planning to go to the OCP APAC summit. And he mentioned that he's planning to join a session which is called AI Computing Consortium. The AI Computing Continuum. And so he's asking if we have any recommendations of what, if there's an OPI angle we'd like him to represent on that panel, we can contact him and let him know. Yeah, and he also asked, if we want him to reach out to anyone face to face while he's at the summit. He'd be happy to do that too.
Okay. Yeah, then I will get back to him directly through our Daphne and others.
Yeah. I mean, I think you can just reach out to him directly.
Yeah.
It's no problem.
And again, same next topic, also the question to you. Will you be planning to submit a talk or something like a short
Right. So this one,
presentation?
I'm sorry, is in progress. I did contact Sushil, as I said I would last week, but I have not got a response from him yet. I didn't notice that Sam has joined our team now, by the way. So he's back, if you like.
Okay, good.
And I'm not
Okay.
sure what he's been assigned to do, but he is a member of Sushil's team now. Yeah.
Okay. And sorry, will you be submitting by 15th, or you will consider this thing?
Yes, as I mentioned, I really can't travel at the moment. But what I asked Sushil is who should submit. And I mentioned Sam and Balaz.
Okay.
And I also, anyway, I will see what he has to say. The 15th, though, that's pretty soon. I'll bring that to his attention.
Okay. Anything else? If not, give you back your 28 minutes and have fun. See you next week then. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you much.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.